Good morning, everyone. Welcome back. Well, I was just watching a little clip of Gypsy and Ken talking while they're watching their season, because they love to watch themselves on TV, these two. I swear they're like in love with their own image. Know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm going to show you the clip and then we're going to talk about it.
Just because we have access to each other's phones doesn't mean that we're like going through each other's phones all the time. It's just an element of trust. That's all that it is.
Like Dad and Christy had that same kind of like trust thing too. Like, I think it's just more of like, hey, I'm not hiding anything. You're welcome to it. But then like it's a respect thing that like, thank you for offering, but I'm good. But it's nice that you offered.
Yeah, exactly.
Type of thing.
When is season?
So this is Ken and Gypsy saying that they have access to each other's phones because they're totally trust of each other. My hair's fucked up again. Anyway, they have total trust for each other, yet they have access to each other's phone. What's wrong with this picture? Me and my husband, we had total trust of each other. Neither one of us had access to each other's phone. We didn't need to. If you have total trust for each other, why would you need access to each other's phones? Just crickets? Yeah, that's what I thought. Total trust means you don't need to question anything. Yet Gypsy's waving around a hairbrush saying, oh, hairbrush of an ex-girlfriend, and she wouldn't let that drop for a while. Am I right? I think Ken doesn't care, to be truthful. I don't think he's jealous at all because he's probably like, if somebody wants her, come and take her, please. Come and get her. I will pack the bag. Just come and get her. Gypsy's the one that's the jealous one. She's the one that will go through Ken's phone, which makes me wonder that night at the restaurant when Ken, when Ken looked at his phone while she was in the bathroom and then hid it. Probably not to give her a reason to go through it later. That's what I'm thinking. But the jealousy is one-sided in this one, I think. I don't think... it's hard because Gypsy, she was jealous of everybody, okay? I'm pretty sure she was jealous of her next door neighbor when she was growing up. She was jealous of her mother for having control, I think, more than anything. And plus her mother was beautiful. She was in a beauty pageant when she was young, and Gypsy was not so cute, okay? She was jealous, I'm pretty sure, of Ryan in the beginning. In the end, she was like, Ken is with her now. Come and get him. I'll pack his bag. Seriously. But then, after she left him, that was a different story. She didn't want him to be tied to anybody because just in case she needed him, because he was her lifeline in case something ever happened between her and Ken, I think. Okay? But I think her and Ken has broken up a few times, in my opinion. You could see it throughout the seasons when he disappears. There was a time where he went back to Texas. Yet they never mention this at all on the show. Because Gypsy doesn't want these things to get out. She wants everything to look like a fairy tale romance relationship kind of thing with Ken. With Ryan, she wanted to get rid of Ryan to go with Ken, so she had to make Ryan look like the bad guy in order for her to leave. You know what I mean? She couldn't just say, well, she just felt out of love for him and left. No, she had to say he was controlling, he was this, he was that, and that's why she left, and she did it kind of sneaky. We all know she did it sneaky. And because she didn't want to blame herself. Gypsy hates blaming herself. You will hear her say she was responsible for certain things, but she tries never to blame herself. She tries to turn it around. So it's somebody else's fault. It's her mother's fault. It's Nick's fault. It's Ryan's fault. It'll be Ken's fault, or it's Christy's fault, or it's her dad's fault. Oh, plus she was jealous of Mia. Don't forget that. She's jealous the hell out of Mia. I think her sistermance, it's not a bromance, sistermance, with Mia in the beginning was because she wanted to imitate her. And Gypsy, we all know, is a big one for mimicking. She'll mimic emotions. She'll mimic personalities. She'll mimic accents. She likes to mimic. So in the beginning, she wanted to mimic Mia. So she had to watch her. Or to watch her, she had to be with her, right? So I think that was the thing. She mimicked, or she's trying to mimic, Mia. But it's not working. Gypsy will never be Mia. You know? I'm not going to say Mia doesn't have her faults, because she does. Okay? Going live at a bar, 3 sheets to the wind, when you're trying to get a nursing job, not good, Mia. Not good. Okay? It's like Ryan with the baseball bat saying he'd love to hit somebody with it, and yet he's a teacher for special needs children. And another reason why I don't understand why he doesn't have compassion for Nick. He was calling Nick the manipulator. Yet he teaches special needs children. He knows how susceptible they are when it comes to being manipulated. And we know Gypsy was one of the biggest manipulators that ever lived. And so he should have put 2 and 2 together by now. But no. Ryan likes to think with his pants. Okay? He thinks with his pants. And he knows that Gypsy is the freak in the sheets. Can't say anything bad about her in case she does want to come back. Because he wants her. He wants that. He wants a freak in the sheets. Ken, on the other hand, I don't know. You don't see Ken and Gypsy talking about romance and, pillow talk much, do you? Not really. Yet, when she was with Ryan, she was yelling it loud and proud. The D was on fire. Right? So, I don't know. I think this is a mixed bag of freaking tricks here. I really do. With Gypsy, you can never just get one thing. You've got to get one thing that ties to this thing, that ties to this thing, that ties to this thing, okay? And that's exactly where I went with this video. So I started with one thing and I ended up with another. Because with Gypsy, that's how it goes. It's like a timeline in a way. Right? In a way. I'm not going to say it's a perfect timeline. Because my timelines can be like this. It depends on this ADHD. But that's what I think. I think it was a mixed bag of tricks for Gypsy. Gypsy is the biggest con artist, the biggest manipulating, narcissistic psychopath that I've ever seen. And that's my video for this morning, guys. Please like and subscribe. It helps me in the algorithm. And if you want to buy me a coffee or a super chat or whatever, it's down in the comments. It's down in my bio. Anyway, guys, everything in this video has been my thoughts, opinions, and are alleged. Bye now. Have a great Sunday.